When we see someone who always chooses to be alone, society often labels them as lonely, antisocial, or even sad. We're conditioned to believe that a full calendar and a massive social circle equal a successful life. But psychology reveals a completely different reality. Choosing solitude isn't a sign of weakness, it's often a byproduct of a highly evolved mindset and superior emotional strength. Let's decode the hidden psychology of people who genuinely prefer to be alone. 1. Low social reward dependency. In personality psychology, most people depend heavily on social rewards, likes, compliments, and constant validation from friends to trigger dopamine in their brains. But individuals who prefer isolation have a different brain chemistry. They experience what psychologists call low reward dependency. Their dopamine isn't triggered by superficial small talk, it's triggered by self-achievement, learning, and peace. They don't need a crowd to feel important. 2. Extreme self-concept clarity. People who stay alone usually have an incredibly sharp understanding of who they are, what they value, and where they're going. Because they aren't constantly absorbing the opinions, dramas, and energies of other people, their internal compass remains clean. They don't experience the identity crises that extroverted people often face when left alone. Their solitude is a deliberate filter to keep out the noise of the world. 3. Advanced emotional self-regulation. When the average person feels anxious, bored, or stressed, their immediate instinct is to call a friend or go out to distract themselves. They use others as emotional band-aids. People who prefer solitude do the exact opposite. They sit with their discomfort. They possess a high capacity to regulate their own emotions internally. This makes them exceptionally resilient during crises because they are already masters of their own minds. 4. Protection of cognitive energy. These individuals aren't afraid of people, they are afraid of superficiality. Psychologists note that high introversion types often perceive shallow social interactions as cognitive drains. They find no value in pretending to care about gossip or chasing trends. To them, energy is currency, and they would rather spend that currency on a deep book, a personal project, or absolute silence than on a low-quality conversation. 5. They are fiercely selective, not antisocial. There's a massive difference between being lonely and being comfortable in solitude. People who choose to be alone are actually highly capable of deep, intense connections, but only with the chosen few. They maintain strict social boundaries. If you're in their inner circle, it's not by accident, it's because you survived a massive psychological vetting process. They prefer one authentic bond over 100 shallow acquaintances. So, if you're someone who thrives in your own company, stop letting the world make you feel guilty for it. You aren't missing out on life, you're just experiencing it on a deeper, more intentional frequency. Your solitude is your superpower. If you're a lone wolf looking to master the deep dynamics of the human mind, hit subscribe now, because on this channel, we don't just follow the crowd, we analyze it.